Coming up next on the Legacy Journeys podcast.
Shaq questions the idea of emotional cheating and believes that people shouldn't be expected to be fully honest in every scenario. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
And so he says women, y'all, then he said that us women made it up.
Emotional cheating.
We made up emotional cheating,
right?
Because how do we know what his emotions are,
right, for
that person? And I'm like, okay, are you serious?
Yeah, that was like
the emotional cheating ain't got shit to do with his emotions. It means that, because he gave an example. He was like, so how would you feel if we were together and dating, mm-hmm. and I text a friend of mine and I'm like, hey, I love you. Mm-hmm. I'll holler at you later or whatever.
Right.
And Sarah was like, well, what did she say?
She was just basically like, I'm in a committed relationship with you and I see this. And yeah, I'm not supposed to think like, who is this? Or
right.
And then he was like, well, you shouldn't ask questions.
And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Legacy Journeys podcast, where couples over 40 come to embrace the now, explore what's next, and evolve their relationship with real talk, real love, and a whole lot of laughter. I'm your host, Liv, along with my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most, coast to coast. How y'all doing out there? And how are you doing, my queen?
I am great. How are you?
I am awesome. You look good as always.
Thank you.
Yeah. So listen, we are going to jump right into this. And we have a burning question for y'all, right? Would y'all take relationship advice from Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal?
Right.
We just saw an interview with Sarah Fontenot, and she interviewed Shaq on her It's Giving podcast. Mm-hmm. And, Shaq talked about all kinds of things, but he said emotional cheating wasn't really a thing.
Yes.
And, we have several episodes where we talk about emotional cheating, right?
Versus physical cheating.
Yeah, and this interview, it touched on everything from having 4 white girlfriends, right, to why he refuses to marry a woman who talks to him like he's crazy.
Right.
So now, but when he said, I love you.
Sending an I love you text.
Yes.
To someone else.
Yes.
When
like
you have a partner.
Yeah.
Isn't considered cheating.
Yeah.
We was like, oh, hell no. We need to record this here because this is interesting.
Yes. And so we're going to break it down for y'all, right? We're going to talk about the things that we liked and the things that gave us a little bit pause and what this says about relationships today and the way people are thinking about their relationships, especially you all who are over 40 like us, right? So let's talk about it. Now, before we do that, we're going to ask y'all to do something. We're going to ask y'all to subscribe to our channel. Right? Because a lot of you all are watching. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And the ones that has been watching, go ahead and subscribe to and hit that notification bell so you know the next time we put out a video.
Right.
Right? So, Yep. So let's hop back into our guy, Shaq.
All right. So he begins with a question from Sarah where she talks about there was a viral moment when speaking with Shawnee Henderson, where she says that she feels that she was never in love with him. And Shaq basically agrees and says, yeah, like she's 100% right. He was like, I failed her. Mm-hmm. When he was like, I take accountability. He was like, he was like, a man has 3 jobs. And it's to provide, protect, and to love. And he basically failed all 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he was an asshole, and he was like, because of that, he was like, he lost everything.
He almost lost everything, yeah.
Yeah, and, now she's married to Pastor Keon Henderson. And so I thought it was commendable of him because they actually are cool. Mm-hmm. There was a interview on Jamal Bryant's podcast where he had a conversation with Pastor Keon Henderson, and he asked them like, how was their relationship? And he said, yo, he's cool. Like, we ain't got no beef with each other, because they shouldn't.
Right.
Like, all this happened years before they got together.
Right.
So
they're raising kids,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and it is commendable Shaq, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and he touched on, more about marriage. He asked him, would he get married again? And he was like, yeah, I'm open to getting married again, but he was scared of the marriage because of, some of his past relationship experiences.
Right.
So he kept emphasizing the importance of really getting to know somebody and making sure they're compatible with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said. Like and he got a list. Basically, they check all the boxes where they're compatible with him.
Right.
Then, he would consider, marrying again.
Right. But he also was saying how he would need to like fully know someone, and then someone would need to fully know him, because he said that a lot of marriages end in divorce because the other partner was like, well, I didn't know that about them.
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't know what y'all think about that. I mean, I honestly don't know, because I've never been divorced, but I can imagine, like, if you thought you knew someone but really didn't know them, But Sarah also followed up with, okay, well, how long will it take for you to like learn them and for them to learn you?
You know all the angles. He said he
right,
know all
the angles. That's what he said,
right,
of the person. And so she asked, well, how long would that take? And so that's where he goes into, I don't know. I'm with 4 white girls right now. I got 4 white girlfriends right now.
Right. I'm trying to figure it out.
Right.
So he kind of broke the tone with it, because we don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
But
I think he was being funny.
He was being funny?
I think so.
Yeah. So, but he continued to go back and reinforce that, he is authentically focused on compatibility and believes that people should focus on what they actually need from a mate.
Right.
And I think that was pretty cool to hear him say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had some ideas of people he would be compatible with.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? So I have 4 choices for him that I think would be a good fit. And mind you, this is Shaq, so it can't be no ordinary chick. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the top 4, and this in no random order. So my first person is Sherry Shepherd. Okay, she's 58. I believe Shaq is 53. And so I think they would be a great match, because I remember them. They were competing with each other on Celebrity Family Feud, and Sherry just kept flirting with him. And he was just he got a cute little smile. I know you ain't gonna say that, but he has a cute little smile. And he just kept smiling. And y'all, I was here for it. I was like, yes, I ship it. I am here for it. But then on the other hand, Sherry on her show, she had a segment where she was talking about Shaquille O'Neal on his, is it Big Podcast?
Yeah, the Big Podcast.
The Big Podcast, where he was saying, this was like a year ago, but he was saying on there that he doesn't like to be vulnerable with women, because they'll take it and throw it in your face.
Right.
And Sherry proceeds to say, yeah, because if we get into an argument, the first thing I'm going to say is, 1, your mama.
Your mama, right. She going to talk about your mama.
She going to talk about his mama. He said on there, he loved his mama.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't think that would work. She was my first choice. But now that I think about it, on her show, when she said that, and then she said, yeah, and after that, I'm going to be like, the second thing I'm going to say is, yeah, that's why you used to pee in the bed. You used to wet the bed up until you were 17 years old. And I was like, oh, hell, there she go.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, she real petite, though, compared to him. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I don't know, that may not work, because he'll have her ass like damn King Kong. You know what I'm saying? With the little white lady, that'll be Sherry's ass. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I think they will make a nice couple. And so my second choice was Tracy Ellis Ross. They would make a nice couple. She's like 52.
Right.
Again, he's 53.
Right.
So I think they would make a nice couple. And my third choice is Claudia Jordan. She's 52. I think they would make, because they both like tall.
They kind of tall, yeah.
Yeah.
Her and Tracy.
Yeah. And so I was like, ooh, I could see them together. And my last choice, y'all, is Tiffany Haddish. And she's 45. I think they would, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a funny guy.
Right.
Like he's so like not serious, even though he is serious.
Right.
You know, he jokes a lot. And so with Tiffany Haddish, come on, I could see it. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I could see that, you know, and it's interesting. We'll segue into his humor, right? Because she asked him about his humor. And he was like, well, I'm learning to be more serious because sometimes you don't know when you're offending people.
Right.
And, you know, he even said that on the Shaq Reebok, where he's trying to bring back Reebok. Not trying, I think he'll do it. He's working on bringing back Reebok in the basketball arena. He was talking about dealing with people. He's typically 80% humorous and 20% serious. And even in this thing here, the interview with Sarah, he was like, well, I'm typically like 90-10, you know, on the more humorous side, and then 10% serious. Like, I'm gonna have to switch it up to like 70%, right? You know, and because of some recent personal losses that he had, you know, he lost some friends, so that was pretty serious. And so he kept stressing the compatibility and over superficial qualities, and said that most relationships fail because people don't deeply know each other. So they kind of rehashed that several times. You know what I'm saying? They
had a segment on emotional cheating and honesty.
Yes, that's when we was both like.
So Shaq questions the idea of emotional cheating and believes that people shouldn't be expected to be fully honest in every scenario. And I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
And so he says, women, y'all, then he said that us women made it up.
Emotional cheating.
We made up emotional cheating,
right?
Because how do we know what his emotions are,
right,
for that person? And I'm like, okay, are you serious?
Yeah, that was like
the emotional cheating ain't got shit to do with his emotions. It means that, because he gave an example. He was like, so how would you feel if we were together and dating and I text a friend of mine and I'm like, hey, I love you. I'll holler at you later or whatever.
Right.
And Sarah was like, well, what did she say?
She was just basically like, I'm in a committed relationship with you and I see this. And yeah, I'm not supposed to think like, who is this? Or
right.
And then he was like, well, you shouldn't ask questions.
And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So we're together, okay, and you texting some other woman, hey, I love you, holla at you later, and I'm, as your partner, am not supposed to think anything about it.
Right.
I was like, okay, clearly he wants a woman to just shut the hell up and don't ask questions and don't say shit.
Right.
And it's funny because she she said that to him. Like, okay, you must not want someone to ask questions.
Right. And then he even was talking about, well, since I was a sheriff, in my law enforcement, you know what I mean? So, Shaq, we love you though, bro. I ain't even gonna front. We do love you. But we imitate you a lot. Like, you said,
you almost failed, Chuck.
You almost failed, Chuck. Inside joke. But so he was talking about texting is just texting. He was like, now if he go make an overt action and try to meet up with that person and try to have sex with that person, that's a whole different level.
That's the cheating.
But not texting.
Sending a text.
Or receiving a text.
Right, because he didn't actually do anything. So he basically feels like if the dick ain't in the pussy, then
Right.
yeah, it's not cheating.
Right. And we got some
And
other
I'm
episodes
like,
on emotional cheating. Yeah.
that is crazy. That
Right.
is the epitome of emotional cheating. Like,
Right.
get the hell out of here.
Now, he also said this too, right? He's like, he went
What?
on to say that one of the biggest problems with women is assuming and that they care too much.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, and he piggybacked on talking about like social media and the comments and stuff like that. And he was like, you'll respond to comments because you care.
Right.
You know what I mean? He
Right.
said that, he talked about that, and he said he believes women have more control than they realize.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? He's like, yeah, women run the world. Her runs the world.
Right.
You know, but they just don't realize it.
Right.
So,
but which I don't get that coming from him because of his beliefs.
Yeah, he has some real interesting beliefs, y'all. And then he had this last little piece to say, right, about faithfulness. Remember, he talked about, she asked him, can men be faithful?
Yeah, and his answer, his response was, well, you have three different types of cheaters.
Right.
You have the James Bond cheater.
Right. The serial cheater. Right.
Right. The serial cheater.
Uh-huh.
And then the cheater because
they just they cheat because they're not getting attention.
Getting what they need from their partner.
Yeah, and I cut you off. I'm sorry. Tell them what the James Bond.
Yeah, so the James Bond cheating is, James Bond was smooth. And so, you a smooth talker. And the opportunity, I guess, to me, it sounds like the opportunity presents itself. So, you'll do it.
Right. He said it was the guy that does everything right. But he might just go out of town or whatever and get him some, come home, boom, boom, boom.
And think about it. He was on the road a lot, and so I'm sure he did. I'm sure a lot of them do. Where they meet up with some chick or whatever. They've been on the road for however long. And they like, hey, let's hook up. And yeah, they're doing it. They're cheating.
Right.
And I guess the woman is supposed to, look past. Well, actually, because it's James Bond, she ain't even going to find out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What y'all think about that bullshit?
Yeah. I mean, but there's people out there like that, though.
I mean, it is people out there like that.
Uh-huh. But
with him, it's like, okay. To me, it just seemed like that's what he would do.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
The James Bond.
Yeah. And
then the one where, like, he said the person who will cheat because they're not getting what they're not getting what they want from their partner.
Neglected. They get neglected.
Right. Like sexual needs are being neglected.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has some interesting viewpoints.
Yeah, I totally don't agree with that. I'm like, that's crazy.
He had his points on masculinity,
and how he wouldn't he said that he had no problem dating a woman that makes more money than him.
Right.
But Sarah made a point to him, okay, so that means you wouldn't mind her being masculine. Because a woman who is in a relationship with a man and she's making more money and she's like, hey, I pay the bills. Yeah, it kind of makes her more masculine. And so she asked him, would he be feminine? He was like, oh, hell no. Like, there's no him being feminine.
Right. He said he'll still be the man.
He'll still be the man.
But she just have her money, he have his.
Right. And she paying the bill because the way she asked, she was like, okay, well, what if the woman said, well, because I make more money, like, I'll pay all the bills and your money is for fun.
Right.
And he said he would be okay with that.
Right.
But she got to be making $200 billion.
Right. He said some crazy bill, right?
$200 billion.
Did he say $200 billion?
Yes.
Because he said $1 billion. If she just worth $1 billion, that ain't enough. Right.
Because
$2 billion,
he damn near a billionaire. So yeah, that's not enough. Is he a billionaire?
I don't know. We can take it. We can look and see. But he's worth a lot of money. His net worth is
Hell
crazy.
Yeah. And so he was like, she would have to have $200 billion in order for her to be like, yeah, I'm calling the shots, I'm paying the bills, and he would be okay with that.
Yeah.
So what y'all think about that?
Yeah, I told y'all he had some really interesting things to say. So she asked him too, like about, dating, like as far as regular life. Now, how would he be dating? He's Shaq.
Right.
He's hard to miss.
Right. And so she asked, does he public date?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, no, you don't.
I mean, he says he does everything.
He said he does, but much as paparazzi, come on now. And I've never seen any photos of him with somebody.
Right. Yeah.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
Have y'all? Let us know. Because
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry. How do you publicly date? He make it seem like, oh, I'll take her out. He said he'll like rent a restaurant.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Down.
Yeah.
So maybe it's on another level. He may consider it being public.
Well, he brought that up, right, about shutting the restaurant down. He said, yeah, I could take a woman on the date and shut the restaurant down. But he said he don't want her to be thinking that he's going to do that all the time.
All the time, right.
Because he can do it, but it's like, that is not how he's going to date. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was like, I'll do public dating, but he didn't want to mess anybody's perception up thinking that that's how he's going to treat them all the time.
Right.
So he did say that.
Well, yeah, that she shouldn't expect that level of dating all the time, which also brings me to another point that he talked about, was where he said that he was talking about the 5 love languages. Because he said that women, and let me ask this. So how do y'all feel about spending quality time together? And this is for anybody. If you're in a relationship and you're spending quality time with your mate, what do you consider spending quality time?
Right.
Because he was stating that most women don't feel like if you're sitting at home watching TV, that's not spending quality time. And I'm like,
time, right.
Well, yeah, it is, because we do that a lot. Actually, a lot lately, like I prefer than to go out, us get something to eat and just chill and watch a movie or watch a show.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's spending quality time to me. We don't always have to go to a restaurant or go do something to spend quality time together. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, because I'm just interested to know.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy, like, we have our date nights. I enjoy that, but I also enjoy just chilling at home, watching a movie.
Right. And like we were talking about yesterday while we were watching it, like those 5 love languages, I think they're on a spectrum. Like, sitting at home, like you were just talking about.
Right.
That's quality time. And he said, well, some women, like you just pointed out,
may not
think that's quality time.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. I think that could go for all of the other 4 love languages as well. Like they're kind of on a spectrum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like a gift, you know what I'm saying? A gift could be a handwritten note.
Exactly.
Or it could be a flower. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a trip. It could be something, you know what I mean? It could be anything. A coat.
Right.
You know what I mean? What could be a kind word? So, I think that was interesting. Now, if y'all haven't read that book, The 5 Love Languages, and y'all want some relationship advice, the link is going to be in the description. You can pick it up on Amazon. All right. We do get a little fee for it, a little affiliate link. So if you buy it through us, we're going to get paid. All right. Not a whole bunch of money. You're not going to eat off of Amazon affiliate.
Not at all.
You're not going to do it. So don't get it twisted. But it's definitely good if you want to learn more. Like, I know one of her love languages is gifts, and I know one of my love languages is acts of service. So, and it's good to know what your partner's love language is.
Right. And it's funny because years ago, I didn't really appreciate Carlton's like acts of service. And now it's like, I don't know if my love language has changed, but it's like now it's like I live for it. Like I so appreciate it because this man right here, he will wait on me pretty much hand and foot.
I mean,
if I wanted him to.
That's my love language though. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know that until I started reading the book. Like, oh, Okay, this makes sense.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like 3 years ago, or maybe even 4 years ago, like I didn't appreciate that as much as I do now. You know, because the thing is with love languages, it's not only about how you show love to your partner, it's also about how your partner receives the love.
Right.
And so because his was acts of service and mine was gift giving and receiving gifts. And so I didn't really appreciate it until now. And so
Is that because we live in the country now? Or?
No, it's because, like I said, babe, like he'll cook dinner for me and my mom. He'll cook dinner for us. He'll go and buy that. He'll go to the grocery store, buy it. He'll bring it home. He'll cook it. He will serve it to me. You know what I'm saying? He'll set everything up for me. He'll clean it off for me. He'll get me water, whatever. And I just, whew, y'all.
Sound like I need a raise.
Shit. If I could give you and again, I didn't appreciate this before because he will always do things for me. Like I had this obsession with ice at one time. He would literally go to the store for me every morning.
Like quick trip
to
ice,
get
y'all.
me this
Quick
ice, yo. I
ice.
was obsessed with it.
Yes, and I would get that ice every day.
Yes, and like I said, I never thought about like, yeah, I love that. That's how I like to, you know, for him to show me love is when he do those things for me. So yeah, I think mine has changed because it was definitely like getting gifts. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy getting gifts and I would love it, but it's the thoughtful gifts and it's that acts of service that just like whew.
Hey. Well,
Yeah.
he back to our guy Shaq.
Yeah, my bad. I got off.
It's all good. Hey, sometimes we need our flowers. You know what I'm saying? We need our flowers.
Yes.
So on this part right here, you know, he talked about women still crazy.
Yeah.
You know, he said that, you know, y'all are crazy. Women, y'all are crazy.
And that's what scares him, you know, about I guess getting married is that we're crazy.
He don't want nobody to talk to him any kind of way.
Right.
Talk to him fly. So, you know, and hey, bruh, you gonna get that. Just depends. I don't know. Unless you go get you some docile woman from some foreign country.
Right. And that's why I was like, okay, maybe he is serious about them 4 white girls. Cause you know, with us, yeah, it's only but so much we gonna take.
Yeah. So listen, again, y'all want to check out that 5 Love Languages book. The link is in the description. And we want to know what y'all think about Shaq and his views on relationships. Yes. And what do you all think about emotional cheating? So we got several videos, like we said, about emotional cheating.
Yes.
And we're going to link those in the description as well. So now that I hope you got some value from this episode.
Yes.
You know, make sure you do subscribe to our channel, like we said in the beginning. Thumbs it up. Share it with somebody you care about. And yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. Another good relationship advice video.
Yes.
You know, by me, Carlton, and
Liv.
And we are the host of the Legacy Journeys podcast, where we embrace, explore, and evolve relationships.
Especially ours.
Yeah, we need it too, y'all. We giving y'all advice, y'all. We need it too.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to see y'all on the next one.
Peace.